Monza is alive with motor racing history, and it's the venue for the second race weekend of the FIA Formula 3 European Championship. And a man who knows the importance of Monza better than most, FIA Single-Seater Commission President Stefano Domenicali.
For all the young drivers that need to look into the future, to be in Monza is very important. It's a very special track. You need to be very sharp in the braking of the chicane, and well, it's an experience that they will put in their shoulder for their future career.
Hi, I'm Jake Hughes. I drive for High-Tech GP in the FIA Formula 3 European Championship. We're here at the world famous Monza in Italy, famous for its great overtaking and high top speed. Now come and join me for a lap. So here we are, here at Monza, on the start-finish straight, already in 6th gear. A lot of slipstream happening at this point in the race. In practice, just time to prepare for turn 1, maybe have a chat to your engineer. 254 kph, brake at 100 metres, 6th to 2nd gear. Use full curb, no throttle in between, important to maximise your exit, don't use too much exit curb. Then we're in the slipstream from the two cars in front, going through Curva Grande, now turn 3. In the old days, I think it was a very scary corner. Now for us in Formula 3, it's a non-event. So now we're approaching 240 kph, 6th gear, just brake after the 100 metre board, 6th to 3rd, again use full curb, try and get a good exit, not using the gravel obviously on the exit. Up to 5th gear, you have a choice, 4 for 5th gear here, a lot of camber, so get in early. Shadow by the trees can make it difficult in the wet, try to use the exit curb. Again, Lesmo 2, 4th gear. Important to get a bigger exit from this corner, try and use the curb without taking too much speed. Now we go down the back straight before Ascari, under the old banking for the old oval circuit. 6th gear, brake after 100 metres, 4th gear. Try to use as much curb as you can. Early on throttle, obviously the car gets quite light here, so try and pick your line carefully. We look like we've caught up to the two cars in front, so slipstream on the back straight should be quite good now. Try and avoid, there's some bumps usually on the left-hand side, to try and avoid them. 6th gear to 5th gear, 4th gear for this instance, but normally 5th. And again, important to get a good exit. Now we don't have the gravel on the exit of Parabolica, so try and be a bit careful with track limits. That was a lap with me in Monza. Hope you enjoy the races this weekend.
Busy programme in Monza for all our young men. First some testing in the middle of the week, and then the 3 races will be on Friday, Saturday and Sunday, with qualifying before each. Jan Daravula, from rookie from India, driving for Carlin, sets the
there's no secret really.
fastest time of the session.
Good job in testing, and they're well prepared. So it's yeah, it's not really a surprise to us, but it's obviously great to have another Carlin driver on pole. So brilliant.
Jan Daravula, pole position, the Indian driver. Lando Norris, his teammate, car number 31, does make such a good start. Marino Sato has stalled at the back. The Japanese driver gets going once more as they jockey for position. 27, Daravula taking the lead from Jake Dennis. Ferdinand Habsburg, another of the Carlin drivers, and Lando Norris in 4th place. Carlin 1, 2, 3, 4. Sweeping around the Curva Grande for the first time, cold tyres and jangling nerves. Late on the brakes, Daravula has the lead, but a mistake under braking for Lando Norris. He shoots straight through the chicane. Norris comes back on in front of Callum Eilert to hang on to his top 4 spot. 4 laps in, Jake Dennis attacking the leader, makes a mistake, shortcuts the chicane, and he will have to give the place back. But Lando Norris is right under Daravala's rear, and so there's nowhere for Dennis to cut back in. Finally he manages to do so, And again, Daravala under real pressure coming down into the Roccia. Lando Norris in second place. Further back, Joel Eriksson, car number 1, catching Callum Ilott and trying to sweep around the outside for fourth. Through he goes. Big slide in the middle of a sky, but the Motorpark driver hangs on. Prema Power team struggling here for pace. Battle for second is on. Lock up from Lando Norris. And behind, the Prema teammates are struggling even more. Callum Ilott, 53, under pressure from his teammate Mick Schumacher. Callum Ilott leading the Prema Power team charge. Number 3 machine, Maxi Gunter, down in 9th place, and he's under attack from Ralph Aaron at High-Tech. Battle under braking coming up. Jake Dennis, monster lockup, can't get back in front of Callum Ilott. British drivers battling with each other. Jake Dennis's car will not be liking that big flat spot braking moment. Trying to get in on the axe, number 25, Mick Schumacher, son of Ferrari legend Michael. And behind, towing up to them, number 8 machine of Chinese driver Guang Zhu. Jake Dennis defending hard, so too is Jehan Daravala. Daravala slipstreamed down the straight by his teammate Lando Norris, throws it up the inside and grabs the lead of the race. Norris leads, but Daravala is right with him. The battle further back, Ferdinand Habsburg, and he's leading Joel Eriksson. Can Norris hang on to claim another win? Another battle under brakes coming up. Mick Schumacher has got by. And on the inside, still inside, Jake Dennis, who's getting duffed up by everybody. Dennis, gearbox run into from behind, picks his car up off the road. Look here. It's the number 3 car of Maxi Gunter who takes him off. Last lap, exiting the Parabolica. Daravala trying everything to get by, but loses front end grip. So it's victory for Lando Norris. Jehan Daravala in second place. And then Ferdinand Habsburg taking the final podium encounter. Eriksson came across the line, 4th Guangzhou, 5th ahead of Mick Schumacher. Best result of the season for the Chinese driver, and a puncture at the back of the
I
field.
would say big thanks to the team first, and obviously to Jehan and Ferdinand. But it wasn't the best of starts for the race. Again, obviously my main start wasn't too good. But yeah, if one start's not going to be too bad, it's better here than anywhere else, basically.
Obviously the start was good on the race. I had to defend from Jake on lap 1 or 2, and then I put my head down and did a few good laps. Then I could see in the middle of the race that Lando was catching me, and then as soon as he got within 2 seconds, he caught quickly because of the slipstream. And yeah, after he passed me, I learned some things behind him, where I was good, where I was bad.
Well, the first analysis you can pull from that is that the car's really good, and yeah, I think we just built up throughout the weekend together and developed a really good setup, and yeah, it just shows in the results, then first, second and third, also in qualifying results. And yeah, well, it's amazing.
Really good to see this atmosphere and this fighting spirit between the drivers. As I said, very correct, but good racing. The first 7-8 drivers were in 8 seconds, and the others, the last laps, were losing the pace, but really, this is what we need to see also for the next races.
Plenty of action still to come from Monza. 2 more races to go. Second race weekend for Formula 3 European Series in Italy at Monza. Chance for us and for the fans to meet some of the drivers in the championship. Among those looking for a tilt at the title is Joel Eriksson, the Swede in his second season, last year's rookie champion.
My name is Joel Eriksson. I'm 18 years old at the moment, and I'm racing in Formula 3 with Team Motorpark for the second year in Formula 3. My hobbies is fitness and then motorsport, of course. Last year my goal was to win the rookie classification, and I managed to do it. And this year I make one step higher, and I will go for the championship. My first contact with motorsport was at 2005 when I got my first go-kart from my father when we started to race by the house at the home at the garden. My favorite food is currywurst with pommes in Germany. I have like 3 favorite racetracks, and that is Red Bull Ring, and then I like Spa as well because it goes up and down, and then Rouge is classic, so it's really nice, and then for sure Macau is one of my favorite tracks as well. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram by Joel E Racing.
And he may well have a chance to put himself into the championship lead. He will start the second race of the weekend from pole position.
I think it's really okay, because he have new tires also for this both race, so it feels good. So he had good speed yesterday, so I think it could be a really good race.
Joel Eriksson on pole, Lando Norris again on the inside run down to the first corner from the outside of the front row ahead of Mick Schumacher and Callum Eilert. Better performance in qualifying for Prema Power Team. Ferdinand, Habsburg and Jake Dennis on row 3 of the busy grid. Big lock-up from the Motorpark driver and from Lando Norris, who gets swamped by the men behind him. Mick Schumacher up into second place. And Lando Norris battling to hang on in third spot. Callum Eilert outside him as they go 3 wide and off into the dirt. Ferdinand Habsburg ran out of road. He drops a dozen places down the order, makes it through the Roggia though. And out front, race leader Joel Eriksson. We saw in the opening encounter that a second and a half away, you're already giving away a big toe. Further back, pulling out from the slipstream, Harrison Newey, son of Red Bull designer Adrian, trying to get by the number 3 machine of Maxi Gunter, ends up opening the door and only allowing one of the other cars to get through, Callum Eilert. Problems further back, big dramatic puncture for Joey Mawson. Was that cause or effect? Cause put him off into the gravel. Lando Norris catching and battling with Mick Schumacher, second place. Schumacher has a lock-up. Norris trying to catch him on the exit of the Roggia. Little battle further back again. Number 3 machine of Maxi Gunter being caught once more by Harrison Newey. Young Brit racing for Van Amersfoort. Maxi Gunter with the previously all-dominant Prema Power Team. Newey in the slipstream. See how trimmed out the wings are. Just a single solitary bar to keep the uprights in place. Low drag is your friend here. Slipping by behind and picking up a spot, Jake Dennis in the blue car. And now Dennis working his way, trying to through to the front of this group. Ferdinand Habsburg as Dennis goes straight on at the chicane. Habsburg holding on to his position. Battle for 4th. Contact Jake Dennis and the wing of Harrison Newey. Still out front, Joel Eriksson. Lando Norris not able to reel him in as quickly as he did with Gian Darabula in the first race. And Ferdinand Habsburg trying to go the long way around. Maxi Gunter finds the door closed. Bits flying off the leader's car, but not enough to stop him taking the checkered flag. And claiming victory from Lando Norris. Mick Schumacher on the podium in third, ahead of Maxi Günther, Ferdinand Habsburg,
Norris
and Guan
was catching up in the slipstream of me, so then I had to speed up again. So I was improving my lap times in L, but there was a little bit more to come. I was just managing the tire and everything, so now I feel really happy about the race.
I mean, I went from fourth back to second, and closing a fairly big gap. So yeah, the pace was there, but just my starts don't go too well.
I was really controlling the tyres because I saw that the moment I was behind Lando, the tyres were really struggling. So I had to take a step back, which I did. So yeah, but yeah, Lando, when he tried to pass me, I think he tapped me from the back and pushed me a bit wide. But yeah, no further action. I mean, there was nothing bad.
One more slipstreamer to come here in Monza. Stay with us. Race weekend number 2 for the Formula 3 European Championship. We're in Monza, a long way for home for Chinese-born Prema Power Team driver Guanyu Zhu, but it's still his home event.
Yeah, and this corner for sure is a historic and a really special corner. For me, it's crazy to drive, but I also really want to have a try, you know, have a go, just to see how the feeling is. Yeah, my idol is Kimi Räikkönen because he's really cool guy, and everybody know he have a nickname is Iceman. So to be a good racing driver, I think you have to have some personality similar to him, like really straightforward and don't give like anything about what other people saying. So that's really good. We have our own program to follow, and when we have time, sometimes if we have like some meetings together, and we can able to see them back in the factory. It's more close to your dream, which is the Formula 1, and yeah, everything is more close, and they have a good connection with the Formula 1 team. Yeah, it's kind of my home circuit because of the Ferrari junior driver. And also 2 years ago, I done really good in Formula 4 Italian Championship, so I had a quite good memory here. So yeah, looking forward to this weekend.
Our young driver Zhu has been living in Italy since 2014. He's already had 2 top 6 finishes this weekend, and he'll start from 4th in race 3. Pole again. Joel Eriksson.
We need a clean start, take the lead. It's really hard to break the toe on this track, you know, even if you're a little bit quicker, it's hard to make a gap. So let's hope that they battle a bit behind us and we can have a bit of space and be free.
Great start by 53, Callum Eilert from 3rd on the grid. Lando Norris yet again slow away, and not a good start either for Joel Eriksson as he gets swamped at the start. It's Callum Eilert for Prema Power Team who has the lead. Prema never down for long. Disappointing in the first race, now back to the front by the end of the weekend. Joel Eriksson hanging on to 2nd against Guanyu Zhu. And Zhu right behind him. The Chinese driver looking to the inside, knows Monza well. He's got a good run up the inside of Curva Grande. Lando Norris 31 in 4th place, but around the outside of him goes the number 3 car of Maxi Günther, and Günther almost hangs on to it. As the Prema boys pull away out front, Lando Norris down the inside of Joel Eriksson for 3rd, desperate not to let them get away too far. Just about getting out of the parabolic without running too wide. Callum Eilert, Guanyu Zhu in 2nd place. Lando Norris battling now with Maxi Günther, Joel Eriksson, and number 3, Maxi Günther, trying to find his way around him. Good start to the race after so-so qualifying sees Pedro Piquet come from last on the grid up to 7th position. Astonishing opening sequence. Eriksson just hangs on from Günther. Battle for fourth rages on, right behind number 7 Ralph Aaron, waiting for his opportunity. Callum Eilert still leading, but there's a change for second place. Lando Norris swings around and gets by car number 8, Guan Yu Zhu. In the gravel, Kevin Andres Sori of Motor Park. Contact with Jihan Daruvala, our race 1 leader. Joel Eriksson, Maxi Gunter now. Drift by Guan Yu Zhu. Chinese driver may have used his tyres too early. Eriksson pulling away and leaving the rest behind to battle for fourth. But he doesn't escape Maxi Gunter, who soon runs him down in the battle for third. Lockups in front from the top 2. Callum Eilert leading from Lando Norris, and then the battle for third place. Maxi Gunter gaining the upper hand. Behind it's all arms and elbows. Ferdinand Habsburg, 62, goes around Ralph Aaron's high-tech number 7 car for 5th, and then he makes contact with the number 8 machine of Guan Yu Zhu behind. Callum Eilert, can he stay away? 5 minutes for Lando Norris to try and reel him in. More wild battling under braking behind. Maxi Gunter holds on as Joel Eriksson shoots up the escape road, loses ground. Callum Eilert still leads. Final lap of the race. Lando Norris is there, but he's not close enough. It's a third different winner for the weekend. Lando Norris in second place as Callum Eilert claims victory for Prema Power Team, saving their blushes at home. And Prema's Maxi Gunter finishes third.
If I started the weekend and finished the weekend like I did, yeah, I wouldn't have been so happy. But now at least I can say that I did a decent job, so it was good.
Yeah, obviously I'm happy. Yeah, good amount of points, I guess, for the championship. But yeah, could have had 2 more wins. The pace was there. The car's been very good all weekend, so things to improve on. Again, still the start, but yeah, positive weekend for us.
I enjoyed the races a lot. Of course, we had some issues and problems in the qualifying, but we definitely made the best out of it. I mean, from 14 to 7 in the first race, and from 7 to 4 in the second one, and now from 6 to 3 is a very good ending of the weekend. You always scored very good and important points for the championship, so I'm really happy for that. And of course, finally a good ending to be here up on the podium.
So that's it from Monza. Ciao and arrivederci from the second race weekend of FIA Formula 3 European Series. And then they head now to the streets of Po in southern France.